Hey everyone, Magic Man Scott 40k here, doing some more Warhammer Dawn of War Soulstorm. I got a 4v4 for you. For this one, I played with the player Poof. If you guys don't know who Poof is a tournament winner, one of the best players out there. I'm pretty sure Poof won a tournament or two. It's been a while since I researched it, but from memory, I'm pretty sure he won a tournament. So I would say like top 10 players in the world, around there. And yeah, so we got Necrons. Necrons is a very slow faction with a lot of weaknesses. So it's interesting to see what the best player does with that. And here's me. I'm just a goofball. I just goof around, so I don't really play too well. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun. I've been playing a lot this week, and I've been playing this game like all week, and this is like the only interesting replay I have. This is the best one I got. So yeah, I decided to record it. I think the gameplay is pretty cool. Honestly, nothing crazy happens in this replay, but it is the best one I got, so I figured I'd show you it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Half the players picked random, so not a serious 4v4, but it is pretty high level. So I would say it's a high level 4v4, but it's not like a serious match or anything like that. And yeah, I guess that's it. So I'll go ahead and introduce the players, introduce the team, and we'll get started. Some Dawn of War action. So me, Necrons, I'm terrible with Necrons. I never really figured them out. They're very strange. If you leave Necrons alone, they're extremely overpowered. But if you attack Necrons all the time, they're kind of garbage. So if you attack someone, it forces the player to like make mistakes, and I make mistakes all the time. So if you attack Necrons, they're garbage. If you leave them alone, they'll just win. It's a weird faction for sure. But yeah, me and Necrons. Over here we got Tau, ZZ Bravo, or Z2 Bravo. Never seen this guy before. Does pretty well. And then we got Maxim Me Cat, who I think I played with once before. I think I have a couple 3v3 videos with Maxim Cat. Always plays Space Marine, if I remember right. And that's Team 1. Over on the other side, Team 2. We got another Tau player, so Tau mirror match. Baka Ka 555. I know Baka means idiot in Japanese, because I watch a lot of anime. So it might be like a idiot, like Baka. That's my guess. But yeah, Tau player. Then we have the sister player, Furion. I think Furion is also anime. So a lot of anime people here. Furion was easily the best player on the second team. Absolutely like dominated. With sister battle no less, which is really hard to do. It's really hard to dominate with them. So basically Necrons versus sisters. And then we have Fresh Trident. Fresh Trident has been in so many of my videos. I think 8 or more. Definitely like one of the most popular players out there. Fresh Trident, really good. Usually I can't beat him. Most of the time I can't beat him. So Fresh Trident really good. I would say better than me, for sure. Better player than me. With Eldar, I think Fresh Trident always picks Eldar. He's kind of a elite, like, snob. He's one of those elite players. So it's pretty interesting. We got an elite player here, and we got a elite player here. So that's gonna be an interesting match. And then we have Guard. Guard does pretty well. Guard is definitely one of the better players on the team. Kyrdian Durden, no idea. Never seen this guy before. But yeah, played really well. So big shout out to Kyrdian Durden. Good player with Imperial Guard. With that out of the way, I think we can start the gameplay. And yeah, some high level 4v4. Hopefully you like it. I'm going to be doing this video from my perspective because that'll just be easier for me. I will be switching it. I'll try to keep an eye on all the players. But yeah, hopefully you like it. I think this is a fun one. A lot of these, I would say a lot of these players, I would definitely lose to in a 1v1. Like if I were the 1v1 Freean, I would lose. So I think a lot of these players have more hours than me. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good intro. Go ahead and start it and get some action going. Now Necron start out pretty slow, so there's not going to be action for a minute. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And play. Now I'm deciding between showing you the beginning part where I make generators or just skip ahead. I think I will skip ahead a little bit. This whole generator part is not very interesting. Poof immediately talks to me, which is interesting. I did talk to Poof a couple times, but he was being very, like, stubborn, and it wasn't very fun. I don't know if Poof has ever, like, told a joke. He's not really a funny guy to hang out with. Sister's immediately destroying these turrets. Good job. And I believe Sister makes a counter turret. So this is a really good start already. Destroying these turrets. Really impressive. Now this does slow down Sister's production. I'm not sure if they're making... Oh wow, they got their building up and their generator up. That's actually impressive. We turret rush right away, and Sister somehow still beat us. That's pretty good build speed, I would say. Almost destroyed this listening post. Good job. Sister's already a really strong start. Now we got a Tau mirror match. Double commander from my teammate. Double commander is really hard. Every time I play Tau, I cannot do double commander. It's way too hard. Looks like the Sister turret's going up, and this listening post will probably go down. Oh yeah, my plan from the start was to check the player spawns. I wanted to see if they're doing like a fast tier 2 or anything like that. So my Scarab has just been walking around in circles. I would say this Scarab here is completely harmless, but you'll see people chase it down. And then we have a pretty solid Space Marine versus Guard 1v1. These scouts are not being microed at all. Yeah, scouts down, they're not being controlled. And here I'm not really looking at the base, even though that was my plan. It's kind of hard to keep an eye on everybody. This 4v4 is already kind of falling apart with Space Marine getting attacked. pretty strong guard build order. The turret wasn't a bad idea, but the priest is like anti-turret, so the priest would have like one-shot of the turret, but it wasn't a bad idea by any means. You can see here my scarabs are being chased for who knows why. Tao's got his commander. Looks like our team is slightly winning. Just slightly. Okay, double fire warrior instead of Vespids. Scarabs finally go down over here. And guard actually teleported his guardsman and shot down my guys. Or he hit his tech priest in the buildings and shot down my scarabs. So they really wanted my scarabs dead. And this is what I mean by I can't really do double commander. Look at all this crazy stuff going on. Who's who. So the commanders are us and everything else is bad guys. I think these are my flayed ones. I use these flayed ones to chase off the Dark Reapers. Yeah, everything but the commander is a bad guy. So there's a lot of bad guys right here. Okay, Space Marine mass with commander. Close range, that's actually smart. You want to get close range with Space Marines. There you go. Nice defense here. He's got a guy in there. I don't know if guard. I don't think guard can win this. It's what is it? 2 squads, commander, and this is 1 squad with commissar. Nice servitor kill. This is a second turret rush. It's not really working out. Looks like he's got both. Yeah, he's got both listening posts. He's got a guy in there. Poof is pushing. He went all warriors, which in my experience doesn't work. In my experience, warriors don't work against Eldar and Tau, so I just didn't. Flayed ones are probably the better tier 1 unit. I know there's a lot of flayed ones here, but if these flayed ones went down, I was not gonna reinforce them. I just got the flayed ones for the teleport, and that was it. I don't really plan on. They're not my main like damage. I just got them for the teleport, and that was it. Ooh, wow! If guard actually took out 2 squads of Space Marines, that's actually really impressive. Commander down. I think Space Marine did the right thing, going in close range. But guard had a much more powerful army. You pretty much never want to attack guard when they're around their buildings. Oh, looks like Tao's pushing. Good job. Kinda pushing. I'm not sure what's detect. Yeah, they don't have detection. I don't think either Tau player has detection, and I don't think Eldar has detection either. Okay, it looks like we took the middle. It looks like no player actually captured the middle. There was a fight here, but no player actually captured it. Okay, double Necron Lord, Eldar going in. And again, Fresh Trident has a lot of experience with Eldar. Looks like triple Dark Reaper squad, I think, with LP2s. Good economy. A lot of good stuff there. Sisters helping out with Celestians. So, very powerful army here. Dark Reapers and Celestians. Solar Pulse, the Celestians, they're a problem unit. 1 LP2 down. Not too bad. Again, flayed ones just for the teleport, not my main source of damage. my injured Necron Lord going down, or going in. My Necron Lord is injured from the Tau fight from before. Guard's actually going in. Guard is just absolutely destroying this Space Marine guy. And again, a lot of us picked random, so it's not super serious. Tau's tier 2. Good job. These flayed ones are still alive somehow. They should go down to the Dark Reapers like instantly. I'm not sure how my flayed ones are still alive. And I don't think I'm spending points on them. Flayed ones are good, but I don't reinforce them. Necron is doing a ton of damage. I think generator went down somewhere. With Eldar, you always do 2 generators, and I'm not seeing either one. Really nice Confessor Smite. Killed like, what, 8? I think he killed 8 Necron warriors there. Beautiful Smite. Killed the Scarabs with the Harlequin Kiss. Harlequin Kiss, good job. Saved the Soul Shrine. Just an excellent job overall. We're gonna have to go back here. Very powerful army. Extremely powerful army. And here I'm still surprised my flayed ones are alive. I've just been chasing this squad for a while. Guard goes in. Guard could have killed Space Marine for sure. But that would have taken a while, even with a good army. Guard's damage is nuts, but their building damage is not great. It would have taken them like all day to destroy this. Guard attacking Necrons, good job. He must have noticed that Necrons were over here, so he went in. And of all these warriors, it's really hard to buy like defenses. You can't have defenses and an army. Tau retreating. It looks like this Tau player is winning. Our Tau. I'm not sure what happened to the Vespids. I wasn't keeping track of that. Alright, Sisters versus Tau. So there's 2 squads here and a commander. And some stealth suits. I don't see this Tau player's commander. And okay, so let's look at this for a second. That does look like 2 dead squads, and I'm not sure if the commander actually got out of there. No. So in about 5 seconds, Tau lost everything. They went from winning to just completely dead. And that's the power of Sisters if you get lucky. This is extremely, extremely lucky. But yeah, this guy went from winning the 1v1 to just completely losing. So, that's rough. Guard's got vehicles. I don't know if I mentioned that. So Guard's tier 2. Looks like Necrons is tier 2. Necrons does extremely well against Guard. But I think Guard has plasma. Pretty good army. He just lost like 2 squads, and he still has a pretty good army. That's after losing 2 squads. These buildings are going down like instantly. So really good building damage. I don't know if you need this many missionaries. Seems like a lot of missionaries. So basically, I would say this is basically full power Sisters. Sisters basically start and stop at Celestians. Ooh, got a Sentinel. Good job. Really nice fight here. Got a priest on the Guardsman squad. This guy's playing Guard basically perfectly. This Kierden Durden. I think he had a heavy weapon team somewhere. It's a really good fight here. Good job. I would say this is basically a full... I wouldn't even call this a tier 2 army. This is like a tier 1.5 army. Looks like Space Marines recovered. Took them a while. Okay, Eldar went from having map control to now they have to gain map control again. But Eldar lost like 3 buildings. They have like no economy. So it's gonna be a tough comeback for Eldar. Okay, looks like Tau recovered. Just in time. Now you're gonna need some stealth suits to destroy these. I think they do have pathfinders. So this stealth suit detection. I think both sides have detection now. Tau's economy is probably not that great after losing so much land. Yeah, Tau economy is probably garbage right now. Here I tried to distract sisters, but didn't work. The sister player just absolutely, like, really good. I tried to do this Tomb Spider Scarabs sneak attack, but it didn't work. I do, like, no damage here. Now Poof is going in, going full warriors. A lot of these are in the red. All you need is one, like, good grenade. And I feel really bad for this guard player because this is really hard to deal with. But this is a 1v1, so it's fair. You know, this is a 1v1 between guard and Necrons. I'm not even sure what Necron... sorry. I'm not even sure what guard did wrong. I think guard played really well. I could not tell you for the life of me where guard went wrong at. And now Tau's pushing sisters. I think sisters lost the commander. Now they got marked. Looks like this Tau player never recovered. The one in this corner here. He started losing and he never recovered after that. Okay, now Eldar is helping out guard, but it's kind of too late. Oh, guard's tier 3. I would say a bad time to go tier 3 during a fight. I'm not even sure what tier 3 unit would help out right now. There's like 0 tier 3 units that can save you right now. I think guard gave up because he's not controlling the... Yeah, he's not controlling his guys. He should have donated to the other team. That's what I would do. I would actually donate everything to probably sisters instead of going tier 3. But yeah, I don't think guard did anything wrong. Eldar's actually doing pretty well considering he has no economy. Oh, now a pretty big mistake. And Eldar might be dead here. Some pathing. I think that was actually some pathing there. Yeah, I think it might be accident. That might have been an accident. But I think this destroyer right here actually did some pathing. So Eldar tried to run away, but it got stuck, which happens a lot. This game has crappy pathing. And then while the Eldar was stuck, this destroyer blocked their way. Now this destroyer can punch. So honestly, this pathing, not a big deal. Because maybe it's in melee stance. But yeah, I do think there was some pathing there. I think Eldar would have died either way. It looks like both teams are losing to Necron 1.5. Well, actually, with these destroyers, I would say this is tier 2 Necrons. Now you have an actual tier 2 army. But yeah, it's pretty hard to... warrior spam is really hard because they're so slow, right? Warrior spam is really hard to pull off. And warrior spam, it's something I can't do. You can see me, I have like 0 warriors. I cannot keep them alive. There's no way I can keep my warriors alive. So this is a really difficult build order to do. And you can see a lot of these are in the red. So one grenade would have killed everything. This whole army. They're all in the red. These vehicles are full health though. These vehicles will do pretty good damage. Alright, Sisters and maybe Tau are the only ones left. Tau, I don't know if they recovered or not. Oh, destroyed vehicle, good job. New Confessor, I think. This Tau guy's tanking for some reason. And down they go. Looks like not Sisters. Guard quit. Makes sense. Lost. Now that Eldar's gone, I can take the middle. And I think Sisters also quit. I would say this is a pretty fair fight. This was mostly 1v1s. I do think Space Marine would have died if it wasn't for pwaf. And still, this is a really bad army. Not a bad player, but man, Space Marine has like no army at all. I think Space Marine has like 2 kills. Like honestly. Now we're getting a very powerful Necron army. Just going full tier 2. Now me, I cannot control an army of this size. I just can't. So I said go for Monolith. Monolith is so much easier than having a big army. And it looks like Eldar built 4 generators, which is impressive. They lost 2, now they have 4 more generators. And they got a vehicle out. Good job. These vehicles are very expensive. But yeah, it looks like Sisters quit. I don't know if they fought. So Sisters was weird. There was 2 squads here. 2 Fire Warrior squads and the Commander, I think. And the Pathfinder. So 3 squads and Commander. And Sisters had like 4 squads. So I think Sisters actually had a stronger army. Even with the Pathfinders. But they just ran away. I think Sisters could have actually beat Tau. And I'm not sure why they retreated here. They could have won. They could have actually killed Tau. And you can see here, Tau's economy is not that great. But somehow they reached tier 3. Even with a bad economy. I actually want to do an economy check. Because there's no way Tau has a good economy. But somehow they won. And have a stronger army. Having a stronger army with less economy is weird. 103 income, 39 power. What is it? 18 minutes? Yeah, that's actually a pretty bad economy. Yeah, that's actually a garbage economy. But somehow they reached tier 3, which is weird. You can't really go tier 3 with a bad economy. And it looks like he's going Kroot. And he's buying upgrades for his, what, 2 squads? He's got 2 squads and he's buying these are really expensive upgrades. You can see here that they're 100 points each. So these are very, very expensive upgrades. So yeah, kind of weird. Just zero defense. Just 0 defense at all. And also 0 economy. This is a pretty garbage economy for 18 minutes. Let's check Space Marine. Space Marine might have a better economy. Yeah, Space Marine actually has a better economy. He's floating like crazy. Oh my god. He's got like 2,000 resources. Jesus. And his army is terrible. He's got 1 squad. Absolute garbage army. But yeah, look at it. He's actually got a better economy than Tau. So Weird. And he's almost tier 3. Very strange. Not the best Space Marine player out there, but his economy's much better than Tau, so I'll give him that. Poof has 98 income. This is enough to do warrior spam. You can warrior spam with 98. Weird that he didn't Tomb Spider this. You would think he would Tomb Spider. I guess it doesn't matter since the game's over. But you should Tomb Spider these guys, get free units. But whatever. I'm not sure why he made the Tomb Spider then. Where's that sister fight? Yeah, you got Necrons here. You can Tomb Spider. And guard. Yeah, he didn't Tomb Spider at all. You got flayed ones here. Actually, these might be my flayed ones. Maybe that's what the problem is. These might... Yeah, I think these are my flayed ones. Is there any warriors? No, I don't see any warriors. Yeah, I think these are my flayed ones too. So maybe he did Tomb Spider. He must have Tomb Spidered over here. Where guard is at. That makes sense. But yeah, he didn't Tomb Spider this, which is weird. I guess that would explain the army size. He's got a pretty big army at 18 minutes. He must have just Tomb Spidered it. Got the free squads. And then my economy is 117. I'm almost tier 4. I would say my economy is actually worse. I think my economy is better than Tau, but worse than Space Marine. I think Space Marine actually has the best economy, which is a weird thing to say. No anti-vehicle. Space Marine should definitely have anti-vehicle at this point with the Chimera and the Sentinel. You should have like an answer to that, but whatever. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's it for this one. I'll do the end screen. But yeah, I was pretty close to Monolith. I'm not even sure if Monolith is even good on this map because there's so much running around. You can run around the Monolith. Like if the Monolith's here, you can just run around it, and it's not really a problem anymore. So honestly, I'm not even sure if Monolith is even good on this map. But yeah, it looks like Space Marine lost the 1v1. Tau won. I would say Tau won their 1v1. Sisters just dominated. I think Sisters had the best army. And Eldar did really well after losing everything. Eldar actually made a comeback. But then Poof paffed. He did some paffing. I don't think the paffing really matters because it was game over. But yeah. So basically I would say barely tier 2 Necrons killed everybody. So good job. For me, I just made a bunch of flayed ones. I made some immortals. I made 2 destroyers. Those destroyers did a great job against Tau and Sisters. Also did a really good job against Eldar. Really good. The destroyers just did a great job against everyone. So I guess the destroyers were my real army. They were my real damage dealers. And my Necron Lord was more of a distraction. Just slow the game down. But Sisters could have made the assassin and one-shotted my Necron Lord. So yeah, I would say Necron Lord was like a distraction unit. Basically, my whole army was just the 2 destroyers, and that was it. Not the best army. And I slowed the game down a lot with the flayed ones. Alright, so it looks like Poof has the highest economy, even though he had less. I have plus 100. He had plus 90. So actually, my income was higher. So that's kind of odd that Poof has more money than me, even though my income's higher. But whatever. Also, I'm not sure if Sisters actually destroyed those turrets. Those turrets are 100 points each. If Sisters actually destroyed any of those turrets, that would have been a huge loss. Just minus 100 points. Alright, so yeah, it looks like the bottom team actually has a much better score and performed better. But they had a much lower economy. The bottom team's economy is kind of garbage. Alright, I think that's all I can say about this. Let's go to kills and deaths. Poof had the highest kills. That's pretty obvious. 69 deaths. Very nice. 69. 26 buildings destroyed. Really impressive. 26 is a ton. Normally you'd win with 8 buildings destroyed. If you get 8 buildings destroyed, that's usually... 8 buildings destroyed is a lot. And he's got 26. So really good job there. Just warrior spam and vehicles. No, what's it called? No, web, what's it? No, Eldar stun. Which is odd. Eldar has a builder upgrade, the webway stun. I'm totally blanking. The singers. The bone singers, there we go. The bone singers have stuns. They can stun the monolith. And they could have stunned the monolith 100%. There was no defenses at all. So Eldar could have just stunned the monolith over and over again. Mine too, I had no defenses. I had no defense at all. And even Tao had no defenses. So all of us could have been stunned to death from the web singer. Or the bone singer. Alright, so I got 20 kills, 64 deaths. Not great. But I did have some destroyers, so I think that makes up for it. But yeah, 64 deaths, that's not too great. I'm not sure if I made any warriors that game. I think I went straight for flayed ones. I think my Necron Lord died twice or something like that. But my Necron Lord was tier 1. I didn't upgrade it. Tau has 49 kills, 49 deaths. Pretty good, I would say. Space Marine got 19 kills, 47 deaths. That's pretty awful. Guard has 76 kills, which is usually enough to win the game. 76 kills is usually game over. But then Eldar has 43 kills, pretty good. And then Sisters has 80 kills. 80 kills, wow. And 11 deaths. So Sisters definitely got the highest score. And 5 buildings destroyed, good job. And Eldar has 9 buildings destroyed, wow. I don't remember Eldar destroying any buildings. But good job there. And Tau got 30 kills and 41 deaths. Not bad. But yeah, it looks like the bottom team did better in every way. But Poof still won. So this was basically a 1v4. Because our team lost every 1v1. And Poof just showed up and beat everyone, basically. That's basically what happened. Everyone on our team lost the 1v1, and then Poof won the game. But yeah, usually 76 kills is game over, and Sister has 80 kills. Sister has 80 kills, and Tau still got tier 3. That's confusing. You can't make 80 fire warriors and still go tier 3. That's kind of weird. Alright, Now for resources, I just want to see if anyone traded. No trading. Okay. Yeah, I think guard should have traded instead of tier 3. And honestly, I don't even know if tier 3 would have helped. Tier 3 would have not did anything against Necron. I think the only tier 3 option you have is Chimera, Ogryn, and then Harass. But Necrons can teleport back to base, so I guess that wouldn't work. So not even Chimera Ogryn would have worked on Necrons. Alright, research. This part doesn't really matter for me. Yeah. None of this really matters. It looks like Sisters had the most upgrades. And it looks like Guard bought some upgrades. Usually you don't buy Guard upgrades most of the time. So him buying Guard upgrades is interesting. But yeah, I would say Guard did nothing wrong and lost. I feel bad for him. Eldar, I would say Eldar did nothing wrong except for the no monolith stun. Should definitely get the monolith stun. Sisters, I don't think Sisters did anything wrong, and they still lost. Tau, I think Tau made a few mistakes, like no detection, but they did get Pathfinders towards the end. So even Tau like made no real mistakes, and Poof still won. So the other team made no mistakes, but Poof still dominated. So that's pretty scary if you think about it. And our team made a lot of mistakes, and somehow we still won. So that's kind of scary if you think about it. The team with the more mistakes won, which you don't see every day. Alright. I think that's everything I can say about this these numbers. Hopefully you like this one. I thought this was pretty interesting. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.